everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme park to sample and review every last eatery. For our 36th episode, we're headed to one of Tokyo Disney Sea's more American eateries to celebrate the 4th of July at the New York Deli. Unsurprisingly located in the American waterfront, to get to the New York Deli, you can take a bit of a shortcut. Head straight into the Mediterranean harbor. Be sure to stick close to the left-hand shops as you enter, because right as you exit into the open sky of the harbor, you're going to want to make a sharp left. Keep your eyes out, because the passageway is small and easily missed. Head straight through the alley and exit into the Palazzo Canals. Well, not directly into them. I suggest you stay on the walkways. Turn right and walk straight up the pathway, following the zigs and the zags until you come to the steps leading up to the canal bridge. Make your way up and over, being mindful of your step on the way down. Once off the bridge, turn right and make your way up into the American waterfront. Turn left, keeping McDuck's department store on your right, and shortly you'll notice the small alley extending off to the left. This is the entrance to the New York Deli. The New York Deli is designed to look partially like a deli, more like a theater, and all like an aging building. The kitchen has some lovely tile work, reminding me, an admittedly non-New York resident, of the New York City subway system, as well as being outfitted with some countertops that have a distinct period feel to them. If you order an alcoholic beverage, you have to head over to the costume shop and exchange your drink token for your drink. Each room in the admittedly very spacious New York Deli has a different theme to it, from props to costumes to ye olde theatrical photographs. Find a room that suits your fancy and tuck in.
All right, I am at the New York Deli, which is both very New York and not. I don't know. It's interesting, we'll say that. I got a Reuben sandwich, which looks delicious, if not a little squished, but if it tastes as good as it sounded on the menu, I will be happy. And I also accidentally got a beer. I wanted to get the Fanta Lemon, but their specialty drink right now is a Kirin beer with lemon and honey, and so I accidentally ordered Kirin Lemon instead of Fanta Lemon, and so now I have a beer. That's on me, though. I said Kirin Lemon, so she did the best she could. I'm actually going to start with the beer and see what that's like. Tastes mostly like beer, I'm going to be honest. I've certainly had worse beer in my life before, but I'm not really a beer drinker. I know that's a blasphemy to some people. On to the sandwich. So far, that's really good. That's good. I'm not usually much of a Reuben person because I tend to be a little bit too wet for me, but this is actually quite good. Got corned beef, which I love. Definitely cheese. And then there's something, like I said, they're usually wet sandwich. There's definitely something wet in here, but it hasn't permeated the bread. So the bread, which I think is a sourdough, which is really tasty. Good sandwich. There's that wetness. Why, the rest of the sandwich is so good. Is that sauerkraut? It is, that's what the wetness is. It's sauerkraut, which is delicious, but does have a tendency to make bread soggy. I'm gonna finish my sandwich up in peace, and then I'll be on to the next place. Oh, it sounds like Phantasmic started. All right, I'll see you later.
On the dining segment, but do their sandwiches really deserve a standing ovation? Let's find out. Service. Service is a 2 out of 5. Once again, I have to emphasize that this is not a reflection on the people who were working at the time. They were just very understaffed, it seemed to me. They had 3 lines going and not enough people to handle the flow of traffic. So, while they were doing their best, I have to give it a 2 out of 5. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is a 3 out of 5. This might come as a surprise to some people, given how thoroughly they seem to have decorated their restaurant. And yeah, it is the New York Deli, and it is decorated like a theater. Which is strange to me. Like, when I went to this location, I was not expecting the nostalgia trip that I ended up receiving for the theater. And while it's true some rooms are decorated like a deli, more rooms are decorated like the theater. And by the time I left, I was sort of wishing that they had either pressed their theater theme a little bit harder, or pressed their deli theme a lot harder. As is, it felt very split-focused between the two, and that's sort of unfortunate, because I feel like they could have done something really great with this location if only they had chosen a direction to go in. So, call it a 3 out of 5. Price point. The price is a 2 out of 5. Now, don't get me wrong, this location has some really good food, but you are going to pay for that taste. It is a nice food, it is a filling food, but it is also an expensive food. It is more expensive than you might expect, and certainly more expensive than other locations in the park. So we give it a 2 out of 5. The food itself. The food is a 4 out of 5. Like I said, the food here is really good. I have not had a Reuben sandwich that I enjoyed that much in a very long time, so they're definitely doing something right here. 4 out of 5. Overall rating. Overall, this gives the New York Deli an average rating of 2.75 out of 5, which I absolutely think is a little low, so I'm gonna kick it up to a 2.8. That sandwich, so good. The lineup. With a 2.8 out of 5, this ties the New York Deli with Liberty Landing Diner and also Toon Tone Treats. I don't even have to think about this one. It absolutely slides in above both of them, earning 22nd place on the master list. Meanwhile, on the counter service lineup, it faces a similar tie and once again comes out on top, earning 14th place. So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where we'll be then. Hint! There's nothing like Mama's home baking. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. We'd surely appreciate it. If social media is more your thing, you can find us there. Links to that in the description box below, and I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.